Dear students, very good morning to all of you. So in this class we are going to discuss a prominent topic, wave energy. Prominent topic, wave energy. Wave energy is nothing but energy associated with the up and down movement of the waves. Okay? Up and down movement of the waves, you can see that. Okay? There is a up and down movement of the waves. The up and down movement of waves can be extracted as mechanical energy with the help of wave converters or wave machines that you can observe here. So wave energy is harnessed. Wave energy is harnessed with the help of wave converters. Okay, with the help of wave converters, or you can say wave energy converters, or wave devices, known as wave devices or wave machines. A wave device may be placed in, okay, in the ocean at various possible locations. It will be placed in. Okay, the fluctuating mechanical energy obtained is modified or smoothed out to drive a generator. Okay, the fluctuating energy is modified to drive a generator. Wave energy devices may be classified in various ways. Many ways you can able to classify wave energy generators. And the first way will be, depending upon the location of these devices, they can be classified as offshore or deep water. The devices is placed inside or deep to the ocean, that will be called as a onshore or offshore or deep water. Okay, water depth of 40 meters or more. Inside, depth of water 40 meters, the devices will be placed. Shoreline devices. Next one will be shoreline devices. Two types of devices are there. The availability of wave power at deep ocean sites. Is 3 to 8 times that of adjacent coastal sites. Okay, around 3 to 8 times inside the deep ocean sites when comparing with the coastal sites. Next, however, the cost of construction, installation, operation, and power transmission is quite large. Next, shoreline devices, on the other hand, have the advantages of relatively easier maintenance. Okay, shoreline devices are having easier maintenance and installations, and they do not require deep water moorings and long underwater cables. Okay, long underwater cables also not required. Okay, deep water moorings is also not required for the shoreline devices. And okay, depending upon the position with respect to sea level, they will be classified as. Okay, how they are with respect to the sea level? Again, you can classify these devices as floating type, submerged type, partly submerged devices. Floating type, submerged type, partly submerged type. Submerged devices have the benefit of avoiding the worst storm conditions but have increased difficulties of maintenance. Depending on the actuating motion used to capturing the wave power, these devices are classified as heaving float type. So moving up and down, heaving. Pitching, moving right and left. Okay, heaving and pitching, up and down movement and right and left movement. Okay, to capture the actuating motion, based on the capturing of actuating motion, we will have these 5 types. Next, oscillating water column type, and last one will be surge devices. All these are the 5 types based on the capturing of actuating motion. First we will see heaving float type devices. A heaving floated device, you can observe here, a floater buoy, B-U-V-O-Y. A floater buoy is floated on the surface, okay? A floater buoy placed on the surface of water, heaves up and down, with waves due to the rise and fall of the water level. Whenever water level is moving up and down, the heaver, okay, floater buoy also moves up and down, heaves up and down, such that it will produce an actuating motion. By moving up and down, it will produce a actuating motion. The resulting vertical motion is used to operate piston and air pump through linkage. Okay, so this buoy is moving up and down. When it is moving up and down, an air pump is operated here. Okay, an air pump is moving downwards. Air coming from outside is pressurized and which will be stored in the compressed air storage. Whenever it moved up, air will comes in. Whenever it moves down, a pressurized air will comes out, which will be stored in the compressed air storage. Okay, that you can observe here. Okay, so the pump may be anchored or moved to the seabed. Okay, this total pump mechanism are connected to the seabed, or supported at the seabed, that you can see. Several float operated air pumps are used to store energy in compressed air storage. Okay, this is only single. Okay, so multiple number of buoys like this will be floated, and the compressed air will be stored in the compressed air storage. The compressed air is used to generate electricity through an air turbine coupled to a generator. This compressed air will be released onto the blades of the turbine, and mechanical energy will be produced. Turbine and generator are intercoupled. You will get the electrical output. Okay. Likewise, you will get the electrical output. Okay. Once again, a floater buoy will be placed at the surface of the water, such that whenever you are getting up and downs in the wave, okay, the float will move. Whenever down comes, the float will move downwards. Whenever up comes, the float moves upwards. Okay, to the float we have connected an air pump, and when float moves upwards, air will be entered from outside, and when the float moves downwards, compressed air will comes out, which will be stored in the compressed air storage. Like this, number of buoys will be floated on the surface of the ocean, such that all the compressed air which is coming out from number of buoys will be stored in air compressor. From the air compressor, the air is allowed to flow through the blades of the turbine, such that air turbine, such that you will get the mechanical energy and electrical energy. You will get. This is a heaving and float type device. So in another version, before we have seen air compressor. In another version, a hydraulic pump is operated by the motion of a instead of air pump, hydraulic pump will be considered. Raise water in on-site reservoir and pass through a turbo generator electricity to produce electricity that is passed to a turbo generator set. Instead of using air pump, here hydraulic pump will be considered. Now you can observe the figure. So instead of, before we have considered a air pump. The main disadvantage from external source, you need to send the air. Here that construction is avoided, the design is avoided in this particular case. Just if buoy moves upwards, so the water from the ocean will be entered inside the pump. When moves downwards, we have pressurized air which will be impinged on the blades of the turbine, or it will be stored in the reservoir. From the reservoir, the water will be released onto the blades of the turbine, such that it will have a output. Directly, instead of using a air pump, here we are using the hydraulic pumps. In some cases, directly the water will be entered on the blades of the turbine, such that you will get the electrical energy, or it will be first stored in the reservoir. From the reservoir, directly the water will be released onto the blades of the turbine, such that you will get the electrical output. Next, in a Swedish design, a submerged flexible tube attached to a buoy is used in an air pump. The motion of the buoy stretches the tube, decreasing its volume to provide the pumping action. These designs are shown in figure. These designs are shown in figure. Okay. So now this is the one. Float with flexible tube air pump. Float with flexible tube air pump. Okay. So here what is happening? This is a flexible tube. When the buy moves upwards, okay, air will be entered in. Air will be entered inside the flexible tube. Okay. Whenever the float moves downwards, air will be compressed. Air will comes out, which is stored in the air compressor and directly released onto the blades of the turbine. Blades of the turbine. Likewise, okay, the compressed tube can be used to produce compressed air. Okay. And the next one will be pitching type device that you can observe here. You can observe here a duct will be there, cam are there. So number of ducts will be connected to some shaft or rotor. Number of ducts will be connected to some shaft or rotor. Okay, what will happen? All these whenever up move comes, okay, so all they will comes to right. They will move to right. When down comes, they will move to left. Right, continuously wave up, okay, up wave and low wave continuously comes. Okay, continuously the ducts will move. Okay, left and right, right and left, right and left. Continuously they will move. The continuous movement of ducts will be converted into the motion of a shaft. Okay, so here what they will do will be they will connect some air compressor, hydraulic compressor, such that you will get a compressed air or compressed water. If it is compressed air, which will be stored in a compressed air storage. If it is so compressed water piston, so pressurized water will get. From that we can able to get the electrical energy. Pitching type. Okay, so the movement of left and right movement of these ducts can be converted into the motion of a piston, such that you can able to get the compressed air or compressed so water will get. So the duct swings backward with the trough the wave once the peak has passed over it. It then oscillates about the axis. Continuous oscillation of the duct about the axis will be taken as the actuating movement. The shape of the duct is optimized. The shape of the duct is optimized to get the maximum power. Next, the ratchet and wheel mechanism converts the motion of the ducts to a common shaft. Okay. Power collected by an individual duct is thus pulled to drive the generator through linkage and gears. Okay. Finally, the main advantage of the system is that during an unusually large wave, the duct can flip over and recover again. So another pitching type device will be a pendular flap is hinged. Okay, here you can say that a pendular flap is hinged. Okay, so over the opening of terminating rectangular box. This is the rectangular box. To this particular rectangular box, a flip is hinged. Like this. A flip will be hinged like that. When water enters inside, it will move inside. Okay, when the water moves outwards, it will move outwards. There is a continuous movement. When up wave comes, water will be entered in. When down wave comes, water will be comes out. Continuously there is a flipping movement. There is a flipping movement of this flap. Flipping movement of pendulum of this flap, such that the motion, this motion, inside and outside motion, will be converted into actuating motion of a piston, such that you may get a compressed air or compressed water, such that where you can produce a mechanical energy and electrical energy. This is another mechanism, flipping mechanism, you can say, flipping mechanism. Heaving and pitching flow type. Heaving and pitching, both up and down movement and left and right movement. Up and down movement and left and movement, you can call it a heaving and pitching type movement. Pitching and heaving motion. Float can also be used to extract wave energy. Both pitching action as well as heaving action is also used to okay, generate electricity with the help of floating buoys. Okay, here several designs have been tried. Okay, to have the pitching and okay, as well as heaving. Okay, to produce the actuating motion. So a system consisting of 3 pontoons which moves relatively to each other the way as shown in the figure. Okay, this is a pre-pontoon or 4 pontoon. This is the middle pontoon or central pontoon, after pontoon. Okay, so if here is a high wave, automatically the other after pontoon will have a low wave. So this will move downwards, this will move upwards. Whenever here is a low wave, automatically here there will be high wave. It will move up, okay, continuously. There is a pitching and heaving action. Continuously there is a, okay, up and down movement. Continuously there is a up and down movement with respect to the central, okay, portion. Okay, so they are moving up and down continuously with respect to the move. One moves up, one moves down, another moves downwards. Okay, when wave is coming. So this is a 3 pontoon type of mechanism which continuously heaves as well as pitches. Left and right, and up and down movement. Left and right, continuous action will be there, which is called as a heaving and pitching type. Okay, so energy extracted by hydraulic pumps attached to the things. Electricity can be generated via hydraulic turbine and generators. This is the, okay, heaving and pitching type, 3 pontoon type. So next coming to a specially shaped float known as dolphin rides. Okay, so the wave and rolls as well as heaves the wave passes. Motion by ratchet wheel arrangement and used to operate floating and stationary generator respectively. Floating and you will have here, you can observe this by dolphin. You will have a floating generator and you will have a stationary generator. Stationary generator. So whenever the wave is coming, it will move up and down. Okay, the floating generator will move up and down. The up and down movement of a floating generator will be converted into the shaft movement. This will be the shaft movement. Okay, whenever shaft moves, stationary generator will produce the electrical energy. Up and movement like a dolphin. Okay, the movement of, okay, so which will produces, okay, by using this, okay, wheel mechanism, up and down movement of floating generator will be converted into the, okay, so horizontal shaft movement such that the generator will rotate and you will get electrical energy. Dolphin type. Okay, so the another very simple design will be, so large buoy type float. This is a large buoy type float. So if the wave strikes high side and other side low wave, okay, so this will be moved downwards, this will move upwards. If a low wave comes here and up will strike here, it will move upward and downwards. Continuously large wave will move up and down with respect to the wave such that 2 hydraulic pumps are there to extract the actuating motion such that to produce, okay, to generate sufficient high pressure water for hydraulic turbine. Hydraulic turbine will produce the, okay, hydraulic turbines will produce mechanical energy and the generator coupled it will produce the electrical energy. Oscillating water column type. Next one will be oscillating water column type. Now you can observe the diagram here. This is the oscillating water column type. So well turbine, and this is the water column, this is the air column, this is the seabed which is constructed. This device comprises a partly submerged concrete or steel structure which has an opening to the sea below the water line, thereby enclosing a column of air above a column of water. The wave impinging on the device causes the water column to rise and fall, which alternately compresses or depresses the air column. Okay, so the air is allowed to flow through a turbine which drives the generator. The specially developed axial flow Wells turbine, which operates with either directions of airflow, is used to extract energy as shown in the figure. Okay, you can see here. So here you will have an air column and water column. whenever high wave comes, okay, water will be, the level of water will be increased. Whenever at a time water level increases, what will happen? Air column automatically comes out with a force such that this Wells turbine produces mechanical energy which is connected to generator. Automatically the generator produces the electrical output. When a low wave comes, okay, the water level in the, okay, well will be decreased and comes out. Okay, so the forcefully the air from outside comes in. Okay, whenever air comes in, again the Wells turbine will extract the power, and okay, which is connected to generator. The generator will produce the electrical energy. Like this oscillating water column device is used to produce, okay, electrical energy. The last one is surge devices. Okay, so when a moving wave is constructed, and the moving wave is constricted, a surge is produced, rising its amplitude. Okay, so you can observe here, the moving wave is constructed by providing a design like this. Okay, so if you keep on increasing, the, okay, spaces keep on decreasing like that. Okay, when waves are coming, okay, so as you are decreasing the space, the amplitude of that wave is keep on increasing. Such a device is known as a tapered channel device. The same thing is called as a tap chan, okay, which is as shown in the figure. The tap chan comprises gradually narrowing channel. Okay, this you can see, gradually narrowing channel. As there is a gradually narrowing channel, okay, the amplitude is keep on increasing with the wall heights, typically 3 to 5 meters above sea level. The waves enters from the wide end of the channel, and as they propagate towards narrow region, the wave heights get amplified until the crest spill over the walls to a reservoir, okay, which provides a stable water supply to a low head turbine. Okay, the arrangement can be implemented successfully at a low tide sites only. Okay, now for example, waves are coming like this. Okay, and high amplitude waves will be stored in the riser reservoir. From the riser reservoir, so water is allowed to send to the turbine, such that turbine will produce the mechanical energy, thereby generator will produce the electrical output. This is about the wave energy. Thank you very much. Anil?
అమ్మ లోపల రాయలసీమలో కూడా ఇంత క్రింద కానీ
ఫీల్ వస్తుంది.